Yes, like I said, we have 6 flagships.
Okay.
We have our first one is our basic blonde ale. It's right
Okay.
around
Yeah.
4.5% typically.
Good beer.
That's one beer that somebody comes in and say, I drink domestic or I don't know anything about craft. If I don't have a really light lager on, I always just send them with the blonde ale, and it almost works every time. Our next one is our Northeast Tennessee IPA. That one is somewhat like a hazy. Sometimes I don't call it a true hazy, just based on the appearance itself, but it does have more of those kind of grapefruit New England kind of flavors sometimes. Um, that's actually our biggest seller since day one. We take everything we've done over the last going on 7 years. That's been our biggest seller. The next we have is our Reedy Creek Red Ale. Now this is one I mentioned earlier, kind of when we took over, I was able to kind of take the reins and change things up a little bit. We had a red ale previously. I did tweak the recipe on the current red ale though. We got a little fuller body, a little more actual red color in it. That was one too. We actually switched grain suppliers before we had taken over, and kind of mentioned other different grains may have different results based on where they come from and whatnot.
Hmm.
Switching that grain supplier, definitely same kind of grain, but it drastically changes the color. That's one thing to kind of to keep in mind, especially when it's a red ale.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You ordered red.
Exactly. Next one is our Barneys Brown Ale. Again, if you want a little more, a little more on the malty side, that may not be quite as sweet as the red. That's always a go-to for a lot of people. Um, the next one is our Blood Orange Hefeweizen. This is probably one that we distribute the most outside the tap room,
Hmm.
especially during the summer. We're actually at the Axman Baseball Stadium here in Kingsport. They always pick that one up quite a bit. In the airport, Tri-Cities Airport picks that one up quite a bit as well. And some local businesses pick it up too. hmm and our last one is our Brickyard Belgian Blonde. It's probably our second bestseller overall. Again, we probably distribute it. It's probably number two as far as like distribution as well. And it's a clean Belgian.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. Yeah. They all sound delicious. I definitely got to get up there. I can afford myself now. Um, what style do you have to brew because customers demand it? Do you have one of those?
It's IPA. It's
It's
still
IPA.
I'll say Kingsport itself is not very IPA heavy if you look at it like on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
But with that being said, between your regulars, your locals, and then out of town people coming in, if you don't have at least a couple of IPAs a day, you always get the question, what's your IPAs, or you only have one IPA kind of thing. People still
Right.
expect to see it though.
Right. That's true. Yeah. I have a love-hate relationship with some IPAs. Some I really thoroughly enjoy. Some, just like I said earlier, just tastes like pine sol. Just can't do it. Like I can't do sours. Like I think sours smell phenomenal. I think the pH level is just too low for me to where like either A, it burns my throat or it tastes like stomach acid basically. It just tastes, I just don't care for it. And everyone seems to really enjoy it. And I was like, I just can't get on board, especially fruited. Like if it's all fruited. Oh, I can't do that at all. Like, that's just even lower pH. It's like, no, I just can't do this. Has there been, okay, so I think this would be pretty interesting. Has there been any memorable disasters like that you could think of?
A couple. So there's been, I say a couple, but there'll be some instances where you may not have again, kind of we mentioned earlier, you may not hit the beer that you want, like or not the flavor that you want. And a couple times I would say we were going to have the intention of making like a flagship. We had one of the flagships, and the flavor it was a fine beer, but it was not the flagship. It did not taste like the previous batches. It would be something in the process that did differently, or something that didn't hit the numbers right on that one. So you actually, in our case, you can pivot, put an adjunct or something with it, can make it a completely different beer.
Hmm.
Knock on wood, we have not had one where we've had to pour it down the drain because of infection or anything like that.
Well, that's
Of course, if
okay.
that were to happen, you got to get rid of something like that. There's no saving that.
Right. Yeah.
Um, but again, if you have good clean, like I guess I said earlier, good clean techniques, sanitation, you're making drinkable beer. May not be what you're looking for. Unfortunately, sometimes it happens on a flagship. It's got to taste like the previous batch did. In that case, you
Right.
pivot and make something new.